All right, so here's the history of barbering. So guys, barbering is 200 years old and the art of cosmetology is 100 years old. Primitive man sharpened stones and oyster shells to cut hair. Did you guys know that? Superstitions attached to hair removal were the American Indians believed that by owning a lock of someone's hair, you possess their spirit. And that, did you know that Delilah cut off Samson's hair believing his strength was in his hair? Beards were considered a sign of wisdom, strength, and manhood in ancient times. The origin of barbering, these are key important words that you need to know. Barber, the word barber comes from the Latin word barba, which means beard. The Macedonians were the ones that introduced barbering in 400 BC. Egypt and China followed next by doing barbering services, cutting hair, and using barbering techniques. Barbering became popular in Greece in 500 BC. A boy became a man in Rome on his 22nd birthday by the ritual of shaving. Women in Rome, now this is interesting, were classified by the color of their hair. So basically their rank in society was classified by the color of their hair. So if you were a redhead, you were the super elite and wealthy. If you were blonde, you were middle class. And if you had brown hair, you were poor and lower class. Again, this is Roman times. So the first barber school was opened by A.B. Moeller in Chicago, 1893. So remember, A.B. Moeller, like a molar, 1893. The first state to pass a barber license law was Minnesota, 1897. The first Associated Masters Barbers of America was organized in Chicago, 1924. Modern discoveries that improve barbering: electricity for different shop appliances, better quality barber tools and implements, razors, different kinds of clippers, electricity, better tools, quality of tools. The practice of sterilization and sanitation, right? Could you imagine not having good practices in place while they were practicing barbering? The study of anatomy, the face, the head and neck, and the study and better knowledge of products used for facial, scalp, and hair treatments. So, barber tools, the 3 points a barber should know about his customer's skin and hair are: 1, the condition of the skin; 2, the texture of the hair; 3, the slope and grain of the beard. 3 principal razors that barbers used are razor, shears, and clippers. 5 accessory implements are hones, which sharpen the razor; strops, which are their long leather things. Did you ever see the old movies where they would also sharpen and smooth the razor? Combs, brushes, and latherizers, which are basically machines that pump out warm, hot shaving cream. A hard temper and a soft temper are the hardness of the metal in the razor. So if you have a disposable razor, that doesn't pertain to this. I'm talking about the old school razors that are one piece of metal, that they were made of either hard tempered steel or soft temper. Hard temper holds the edge longer and is difficult to sharpen. A soft temper is easier to sharpen, but the edge does not last long, okay? There's general razor sizes. The most common sizes are 5/8 and 9/16. The grind is the shape of the blade after it has been ground by the manufacturer. There's 2 types, and it's concave or wedge. Concave is the most preferred by barbers, and wedge is hardly ever used. Okay, style. The style of a razor indicates its shape and design. The point is either rounded or square. A round point prevents possible scratching, but it's hard to get hard to reach areas. A square point is less popular. Okay. A hone is a rectangular block made of abrasives capable of sharpening a razor, usually like a rock, okay? They're used wet with water and lather. So you would have this square thing and they would go like this with water and lather to sharpen the razors. A water hone is a natural hone cut from natural rock formations. The water hone is a slow cutting hone used by beginners. It is brown. A Belgium hone is cut from natural rock found in Belgium. It is a slow cutting hone. A synthetic hone, nicknamed a Swati hone, are manufactured. These hones can be used wet or dry. Synthetic hones sharpen much faster. Combination hone consists of a water hone and synthetic, and it is a synthetic side for touching up an edge of a water hone for a keen edge. Canvas strop. Now a strop is usually made out of leather, and it's the thing that they go like this to sharpen and smooth the razor. A canvas strop is high quality silk or linen woven into a fine texture. A cowhide strop was originally imported from Russia and is called a Russian strop. How to break in a Russian strop: they rub it with dry pumice and stone over the strop in order to remove the nap and develop a smooth surface. They would rub stiff lather into the strop with their hand, rub pumice stone over it, and clean it off. So what they're doing is it's like taking a piece of leather and working it in, almost like a catcher's mitt, how you would have to work your catcher's mitt or your baseball mitt to make it softer and work better. Soap. Soap is an important thing. Soap was discovered in ancient Rome. Soaps are formed from compound chemicals, reaction between chemical substances, potassium and sodium hydroxide. Remember this, potassium and sodium hydroxide, fatty acids in oil or fat. A good soap does not contain an excess of free alkalis. Two types of shaving cream are brushless and latherless. Both types of shaving cream help the hair to stand erect so you can shave it off when you're doing a shave. Testing the razor, depending on the hardness of the hone. So I just wanted to step back saying stropping is the reversing of honing. So when you're honing, it's sharpening the blade. When you're stropping, you are smoothing out so there's no rough edges, and so it doesn't catch on anything. There's no gritty edges on that razor. And again, these are only for razors that are one piece. They are not for disposable razors. Testing the razor, depending on the hardness of the hone and the number of strokes taken, the razor edge may either be blunt, keen, coarse, or rough. Different sensations will be felt, okay? And they test it on their thumbnail, and you could actually feel if your razor is gritty, if it's pulling, if it's tugging, or if it's smooth, okay? That is where you test the razor on your thumbnail. Okay. So we use a steam towel when we're doing the shave, and that is to soften the outer layer of hair, and it helps stimulate the skin glands for oil to produce. Is the back of the neck included in the shave? Yes, that's the last thing you do if the person needs their neck shaved, okay? The once over shave is you're cutting across the grain. Okay, so these are the accompaniment to the workbook. I want you to save this workbook, and I want you to focus on this when you're looking to answer your questions in your question sheets.